make sure that we're keeping our goals in the hands of the Lord. Successful 2024, meeting every single one of our goals that aligns with His word. You're never alone. God is always with you, and you're never too far gone because God will always meet you. Hey guys, happy new year. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Jazel and I'm super excited to be in the new year 2024. It is crazy that this last year flew by. Like, I cannot believe how quickly 2023 flew by. Can you believe that 2024 is starting on a Monday? Not only is it a new year and a new day, but it's the start of a new week. This year, I am praying that it is going to be a year full of overflow. And this year, we are praying for a harvest. Don't forget, though, that a harvest comes with hard work. For those of you guys who have gardens, who have farms, who tend to fly, you guys know harvest time is one of the hardest seasons, but it comes with abundance and blessings. So I am super grateful to be here doing another video for you guys. It has been so long. This year I'm going to do something a little bit differently. Last year at the end of January, I put out another video that was my goals for 2023. We're going to recap those goals really quickly to see which one of those goals I succeeded on, what goals I forgot, and what goals I did really well with, so we can hold each other accountable. This is as real and as authentic as it's gonna get, so I want to make sure I continue to be that for you guys. So let's go ahead, let's recap last year's video, and then we're gonna talk about it a little bit more. I want to be more consistent on YouTube. Is to be more consistent with working out. I want to be more intentional with spending more time with God. I want to spend less time scrolling on social media. Being more intentional with my family. More one-on-one time with my husband. So we did a flashback into last year's video. Now let's recap each and every goal that I had and let's talk about it briefly. Let's see if I really did it. So the first one I want to talk about is to post on YouTube once a week. In the beginning, I was doing really well with posting consistently, but I just didn't hit that goal. And then towards the end of the year, I said, you know what? I'm just not going to be inconsistent. I'm not going to post once a week. Well, post only one time and then come back 4 weeks later. So I said, I'm just going to take the rest of the year off. I think I took a majority of the fourth quarter off, if not the entire fourth quarter, to just really prepare myself for the holiday season, to really be more intentional with my family. A lot of things changed this year. Bella's home full time, so that means we started homeschool, and then I no longer have a baby and a toddler, but now I have a toddler and what is almost a big kid. The next goal I want to talk about is just being consistent with working out. In the beginning of the year, I think this is the same thing as the last goal. I did really well with being consistent with working out, but I fell through with all of the moving and all of the changes that happened. I did not focus on making sure that I worked out. That was just something that wasn't a priority of mine, and that's okay. The next goal I want to talk about is spend less money eating out. I did not maintain that goal whatsoever. Honestly, I did not know I made that goal. But that's my goal for 2024. So we'll talk about what that will look like this year for 2024 in just a bit. Spend my mornings with God first. So I will love to say that this year, I definitely prioritize my relationship with God and making sure that I'm giving Him my first in all areas. I think this year I did a really good job. However, there's always room for improvement. And I challenge you guys to go ahead, and if that wasn't one of your goals for 2024, make it one of your goals for 2024, because that is really important. And you'll see how God works in your life and how your life is going to change just based off of that small adjustment that you make. Spending less time scrolling on social media. I would give this about a 50-50. I think that when I had a really good schedule with like content creation, recording, editing, and things like that, I think I did a really good job with spending less time just scrolling on social media, because I needed that time spent elsewhere. I needed that time to record. I needed that time to edit. When I fell off with recording content for you guys, I felt like I kind of lost track of that goal, and honestly I spent a lot of time the second half of the year just like endlessly scrolling for no reason. stay on top of taking care of my home. That goal, I did really, really well in the beginning. That is something that I'm focusing on in 2024. Obviously, I still do a great job of taking care of my home, and I hope my husband can say that as well. But that is not something that I think I mastered. I think that was kind of like, I did 60% okay in that area. Being intentional with my family. This is a goal that honestly, I forgot I made. That is not a bad thing. I think I hit about 80%. I am really proud because honestly, I forgot I made that goal. But that's another one of those goals that should be a goal for you every year, because you should always want to improve throughout each year in each category, in each area. And for me, my number one ministry is my family. So I want to make sure that I'm always being intentional and working on being better with intentionality, because that is truly important for me. I have on here creating content for social media. I think this kind of went into posting once a week, but because I do YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, it's really hard to balance it all. I will say that in the beginning of the year, I didn't really focus on too much Instagram or TikTok, but towards the end of the year, once I got a groove on after we moved, I kind of fell off of YouTube, but kind of did really well with keeping up with Instagram and TikTok. So I will say that is a goal I probably did not do well on whatsoever. It kind of flipped. So I just want to make sure that I am doing the best that I can to create content for everything that is genuine, that is authentic, that is creative, and that is geared to each of my audiences. So I will say I don't think I did really well in this area, but I have taken some notes. I have reflected back. Another goal I made for myself was just getting out of my comfort zone and making new friends. I have a couple of new friends that I've made, and I genuinely cherish each and every one of my friendships, and no friendship is the same. I never hold none of my friends to the same standard because they're their own person. Our relationships are each different and individual and personal. I will say that also, since moving out here, I did make a couple of friends from my church, which I'm super excited about. I love hanging out with them. They are just such a pleasure to be around. They pour into me, I pour into them, and that is something that I genuinely was lacking the last couple of years. So I'm glad that I did find that this year. So obviously for the next year, I want to make sure that I am continuing to pour into each and one of my friendships. My last goal that I made was launch my business. I did not launch my business, and there's a lot of reasons for that. You guys will have to stay tuned to what's coming for 2024. It is not a business, but I had to put a pause on that because life changed drastically. You guys will get more information later on in the year as to what that is. It's a surprise for now, but you guys will be super excited, and I cannot wait to take you along that journey. So let's get into my goals for 2024 and what all of that will look like. I am so excited because I just can't believe that we're here. We're back in a new year, starting fresh on a Monday for a new week. This is just gonna be the greatest year ever. And if you guys aren't ready, you need to get ready because this year is going to be great. So for 2024, I made 11 goals. Some of these goals overlap, but I'm gonna talk about each and every one of these goals. I am super excited. I don't even honestly know where to start. Let's start here. Continue to grow spiritually. This is a goal I want to make sure I'm talking about, especially all over my platforms. I don't want people to ever feel like my faith is the last option, because it's not. It's the first resort. So just developing my spiritual relationship with the Father by praying, by fasting, by tithing, by offering, by serving other people, by opening my house for friends and families and gatherings, and just getting together and never forgetting to spread the gospel. That is something that I want to make sure I prioritize in 2024. You can never not grow your faith enough. So if you are somebody who struggles with growing your faith or even establishing a relationship with God, I want to encourage you that every single person has been in that season, and it is okay. You need to find your people. You will have such a weight lifted off of your shoulder that you know, I can do this walk with Christ with people. I don't have to do it alone, because number one, you're never alone. God is always with you, and you're never too far gone because God will always meet you. So I want to encourage you, if you do not have a relationship with God, make sure you get one this year. I'm going to pray for every single person that's going to watch this video. I don't know who you are, but my DMs are open. I am here to pray for you. I am here to talk with you. I'm here to walk with you. I want to be that friend for you. if you don't have one. But that is a goal that I have for mine. It's just to continue to grow my faith in the Lord, my trust in the Lord, and continue to spread his gospel. That is my goal for 2024. And hold me accountable. I didn't say that. I don't know if I said that last year. But if I didn't say that last year, make sure y'all hold me accountable, y'all. Y'all are my friends. I'm your friend. So make sure you're holding your friend accountable, because I'm going to hold y'all accountable. For all of my friends out there, I'm gonna hold y'all accountable. Before we get into goal number 2, I'm gonna try to let me know, what is a couple of goals y'all have in mind for 2024? Drop them below in the comments. I want to pray over them. I want to pray for you, each and every one of you. I want to make sure I'm calling your name out, calling out your goals, so that way we make sure that we're keeping our goals in the hands of the Lord. We can go ahead and have a successful 2024, meeting every single one of our goals that aligns with his word. Goal number 2 that I have is I want to be a good steward of the things that I have now. I think a lot of times we forget, when we are thinking so far in advance, thinking so into the future, that you forget that the present that you're in now is a future you once prayed for. You're in a time, you're in a season, you are in life right now, and way back when, this was something that you prayed for. You prayed to be here. I prayed to have children. I prayed to be married. I prayed to be in the season that I am now. So instead of thinking so far in advance, I want to make sure I am being a good steward of what I have now, making sure that I am stewarding and shepherding every single season of my life accordingly, without neglecting where I am now, but focusing on where I am now and just enjoying what I have now versus looking so far in advance. It is okay to be expectant for what is to come, but just never forget where you are now. Steward what you have now, and everything else will come exactly how the Lord has planned for it to come. Another goal I had for 2024 is to read more. My goal, hear me out, but my goal is to read 1 book a month for every month of the year, so 12 books in a year. I think that is an attainable goal, and this is not including the Bible. This is excluding the Bible. Just reading more, because I want to spend less time on my phone, and I want to spend more time reading, more time learning, just expanding upon what I already know. I enjoy podcasts, I enjoy YouTube videos, I enjoy Instagram and just seeing you guys, of course, but I want to spend less time truly on my phone and on a screen, and more time reading. I think that is really important. This next goal kind of overlaps into a lot of the following goals that are going to follow, but my next goal is to create a schedule for myself that really works well in each area of my life. The areas that I'm referencing are working out, homemaking, homeschooling, content creation. Those are really the schedules that I need to focus on, and I need to make sure that when I set a schedule for myself that I actually follow it. So really setting a schedule for myself that works for me, not trying to replicate other people's schedule because it works for them and it might potentially work for me, but really me being in a season of trial and error, seeing what works, what doesn't work, and being quick to adapt that as soon as I notice that it's not working. So that is something that I'm really focusing on. So let's go ahead and touch into subtopic A, which is working out. I want to make sure that the workout schedule that I'm making is something that is specifically for me, that I feel like not only is attainable, but that I can continue to execute every single week. In my mind right now, I'm thinking 3 days a week. I'm thinking Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, a full-blown workout, and Tuesdays and Thursdays, maybe cardio, and then obviously Saturdays and Sundays I will take off for rest days. And if it doesn't work for me how I think it's gonna work in my head, just to not completely throw it out of the window, but to adapt it. So this goal, I didn't want to put a number on there, but I'm gonna put a number on here. I wanted to lose 25 pounds. When I gave birth to my son, I was 25 pounds lighter than what I am now. Didn't focus on what I was putting into my body, which caused me to gain this 25 pounds. So my goal for 2024 is to lose 25 pounds. I feel like I can lose it a lot quicker. One of the goals is to spend less money eating out and more time cooking at home. More time cooking food from scratch. So that way I know what the items are made out of. They are made out of things that I can actually understand and read the ingredients. That is something that I look forward to this year. Spend less money eating out, cook more meals from scratch. And when I say from scratch, I also mean like using the vegetable scraps but that I'm not using for a meal. I'm saving them and storing them to make vegetable broth. So things like that. Using all parts of the food instead of throwing it away and discarding it, then I'm actually using it and putting it to good use. Another goal that I had was just to master my sourdough bread. So I mastered my sourdough starter. I feel so accomplished. This past year was the first year that I really mastered my sourdough starter. I just didn't really have the time to attempt to make bread. So I've been feeding my starter, throwing it in the back of the fridge, and then pulling it out like, okay, I'm gonna feed it and then I'm gonna make bread. And then I just never make the bread. So now that I've mastered the sourdough starter, I'm going to prioritize making sure that I learn how to make the sourdough bread, because in this house, we can go through 2 to 3 loaves of bread in a week, and that's just crazy. Like, I am literally going to the store to buy sourdough bread because that is one of our favorite breads. So if I could just create it, I already have the starter for it, so I could just create it myself. So that is one of my goals, is to create sourdough bread this year, to master it. My last goal being, again, more intentional with my family. You can never not be intentional with your family. It is such a beautiful gift to be able to be a wife and to be a mother. And this is a season that I once prayed for and I once longed for. So because I'm in that season, I want to make sure that I am present in every single moment that is possible. This last year, I feel like I truly embraced the season that I'm in. I really didn't look back and wish I was in the previous season. I just enjoy the present that I'm in now, the watching my children, homeschooling my children, creating with my children, whether it's arts and crafts, whether we're baking, cooking, anything of that sort. I truly enjoy that. I truly enjoy making memories. I truly enjoy being the peace of my home. So I want to make sure that I just continue to be present for my family, because they're just such a gift from God that I once longed for and I now have. So I am going to continue to become more present for them, even in the now. Like, I don't know what that will look like, but that was just something that the Lord laid on my heart as I was creating my goals list and praying over what my goals will be for 2024. It was just to continue to be present. We're walking into a new season that is full of newness, and I wish I can share more with you guys, but it is not the video for it. You guys just have to subscribe and stay tuned to future videos, because we will be spilling a lot of information about this upcoming year, and we are so excited. But this year is just a year full of newness, a year full of gratefulness, and I'm super excited. So those are my goals for 2024. Comment your goals down below. I want to go ahead and pray over your goals, so please be sure to comment your goals down below. I feel like there is so much power in prayer. So when you have somebody who is willing to pray for you, willing to pray over your goals, and asking you about your goals, go ahead and share those goals with them. Like, don't be ashamed to tell people your goals. It doesn't matter what season of life you're in. I want to know what goals you have for 2024 so I can cover you guys in prayer. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. This upcoming year, I have a lot of good things to share, a lot of good things to show you guys, and I would love for you guys to be a part of this journey. So go ahead, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Happy 2024!